no rand or nothing saying that the free resources are not good enough. Some people, for them, it works. But for me, I think so. It was very time consuming because time is very precious when you have ample of things to manage along.
How to convert things to PPO. Let's kind of try to focus on that also. That maybe like once you have an intern, people think that's the end of the race. What kind of prep one should do before the like actual internship that would help them to get PPO? Maybe this person is actually fitting in the team culture, and then it's
Exactly.
better to give them like a PPO offer and get them on team full time.
Last but not the least, make sure you prep your DSA well before your internship. Like, it should be on the tips. Your notes should be ready.
Muskan, welcome to the podcast. We'll mostly talk about your journey. But then before we start, I think for the audience, let's go ahead and quickly introduce you on what exactly have you been doing, where you are from, and all these things.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Muskan Walia. I'm a final year student in Electronics and Instrumentation Technology at Ramaiya Institute of Technology in Bangalore. I have been a past Women Engineers Google Scholar and among the top performers in Google Girls Hackathon in 2023. I've recently completed my Microsoft internship. From the same, I received the PPO. My favorite two C's of life is coding and communication. And I think so that's about me.
Nice. So, Muskan, you come from, I think, EC background and you still are now in
Yeah.
tech, right? So, I think let's go back and let's start from your college journey and like start from your first, second years and stuff. So, let's kind of go through the different things you did during your college years that kind of set you up for this role at Microsoft, right? So, if you can share a little bit about that, like what all things you did in different years.
Sure. Sure. So basically, I was very sure since the very beginning that I want to go into the software domain. Now, the biggest question that comes is when you were so sure, why did you take electronics? So I think so that is the bet that most of us day students take, whether to take a good college or whether to take that favorite branch of yours. So I also took that bet. I don't know if that was the right choice or not, but I just took it. And I came to Ramaiya Institute of Technology with an electronics background. And so Ramaiya, just for the intro to the other students, it's not among the top colleges of India. It's a decent Bangalorean college. Not bad, not good. But obviously, there was, when I came, the problem was it was the COVID year, 2021, when I joined. So there were no seniors on campus, no clubs being active. So no guidance at all. But the good part that I did was before even joining my college, I was very active on LinkedIn. I was connecting with the people who had recently got jobs in Walmart, Google, Facebook, etc., and just trying to know about their journey. Same way, I was searching on YouTube for channels which were guiding the students um, about the women opportunities because I know there are some women opportunities out there. So I kept on searching the YouTube, the LinkedIn, connecting with the right person, getting the knowledge. One of the things that I did was whatever opportunity I found, I used to maintain a diary and I used to write it that this is a first year opportunity, this is a second year. And rather than waiting for that opportunity to come and then connecting with the past scholars, as soon as I knew about the opportunity, I read about it and I tried to find the past scholars for the same on LinkedIn and get connected with them that how did they prepare, how was it all about. I think so that helped me a lot because so I took an early start, unlike the other students, and that helped me. So Women Engineers, which is a program conducted by Talent Sprint and supported by Google. It's basically a 2-year training program by Google, and you also get some scholarship amount for the same. So for this amount, for this program, around top 250 girls across India selected after four eliminatory rounds. So the four rounds you can think of is about aptitude, coding, interview, and English speaking. So it's all about that. And I think that this program made a huge difference to my journey. So I got selected in the middle of my first year. And then came a good change because through this program, I could get connected with the right set of mentors, the IIT and other IIT students, other students who are from different colleges. And then there was a whole set of opportunities because you get an exposure about that. Uh, so obviously, we comes to takes a lot of credit of my journey of giving me the right direction and not getting me more demotivated. But being an electronic student, it was tough because you have to manage your tough electronics subjects along with studying DSA, doing dev. And I was studying it. I was having the guidance of my DSA mentors from V, and also was obviously studying from YouTube videos of you, Vivek, Strive, everyone. Like we just keep on searching. But after 1 or 2 years, I actually understood that yes, you can learn from the free resources, and there are ample of free resources available on the YouTube and net. But the issue there is that there's no personalized guidance. And that makes you even make much more mistakes which normally you wouldn't. And that's time consuming. And time was really precious for me because I had my college assignments, I had DSA, I had hackathons also to make my resume stronger. So this whole thing made me realize that okay, you actually need a personalized mentorship. Fortunately, I had B mentors along my side, so my journey was still smoother. But any student who comes from tier two, tier three college with not a very great set of coding culture in their college, it's really tough if you don't have a mentor. So the same happened with me. So I had my intermediate knowledge of DSA, but I have always believed since childhood that if you cannot teach a skill to anyone else, then you're not the master of it. There's still left to learn in it. So that's when I decided to take the algorithmic course. And from then, I actually, it filled the gaps that I even didn't realize they existed in my DSA journey. Watching every new video made me learn that okay, this is maybe missing. Oh, this is wrong in my approach. This is what Bhaiya is saying, and that actually helped me. In the middle of it, I got the Microsoft internship, which obviously before that I had given Google, Uber, Notion, Intuit, most of the companies rounds, and I was reaching till the final round and then getting rejected. So I was like, there's something missing which I need to work upon. And yeah, I actually understood what it was because my revision strategy had to be improved, which I actually understood by attending a videos that, okay, this is the way you should like revise the question. And that's how you click it. And I got Microsoft then. Off campus, obviously, it's tough. It's tougher getting your resume shortlisted. And there's also some time when you're ghosted by the recruiter that, okay, you have your interview, but then there's no hearing back from the recruiter. But still, I feel when you have a mentor along your side, which is the best part you can get from a good course, you don't give up because you know you have a person to reach out, you know you have a person to guide you. As soon as I got my Microsoft internship, I remember I messaged you that can we have a meet, and you guided me, you gave me the tips for internship, also ensure that I am just transferred to the next batch so that I can manage well between my internship and DSA. So I think so this all things in your subconscious mind helps in your journey. That's why no rand or nothing saying that the free resources are not good enough. Some people, for them, it works. But for me, I think so it was very time consuming because time is very precious when you have ample of things to manage along. So that's why I think so. We and the paid course of Elgos, and it was like, I was like, this is the perfect combo, and I'm getting to reach where I want to.
Great. It's really great to hear that all this like kind of effort made like a fruitful growth for you. Yes, I think after that, I think so. You're now in that phase that now you have the like offer and you're waiting for the intern to start, right? I think that's the setup.
I'm waiting for the full time thing to start now.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You have the
Yeah,
PPO offer
but
now.
yeah, I'm trying for the winter internship because being an electronic student, you're not just habitual of sitting idle. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm getting bored.
So you told her you had one winter intern already.
Yeah, I have, but that is of a startup, so I'm
Ah,
trying at
right,
Google and other places if I
right.
can.
Yeah, Microsoft PPO though is there, so that will to start next
Uh,
year, July
yeah,
or so. Okay,
yeah,
fine. So let's talk about Microsoft's internship itself. I think
okay,
that would be a good experience to kind of talk about, and also students to learn from that how to convert things to PPO. Let's kind of try to focus on that also. That maybe like once you have an intern, people think that's the end of the race, but then when you go there, generally you also have in mind that okay, I have to get the PPO somehow,
yeah.
or what is exactly that needs to be done. What kind of prep one should do before the like actual internship that would help them to get PPO maybe. I think if you can talk about that too, I think that.
Okay, so first of all, most of the companies do have a common tech stack. Not saying that every team follows it, but there's a subset which is common among all the teams. So what you can do is connect with the people in the company and try to have hands-on experience. I will not say don't go into depth, because even I thought that you have to be master before reaching up to internship. And then there I reached and my manager told, we don't even expect you to be a master when you are coming as a full-time. So just relax, take a back seat and relax. So first of all, don't get that under that pressure that, oh, I need to perform to the best. All you need is some hands-on experience. You should not be nervous to type a code on VS, or you should not be like, okay, what is GitHub? What is commands? You should not be in that case scenario. So for me, I talked to some of the seniors through LinkedIn, and I got to know that most of the languages commonly used in Microsoft is React, TypeScript, C hash, and Azure. So if you are familiar with them, you're in a good space. And I just studied a little of them because I was also, so basically this internship happened between my semester going on. So actually I had to complete the 3 month semester in 1 month before leaving. So I was like, I don't have time only to prepare. I want to, but I can't.
Okay.
So I just made sure that I make a project which has parts of it so that I'm not very new to what is React and TypeScript or Azure. So I just made one simple project on YouTube which consisted of all these tech stack, and I was like, okay, fine, we'll go there and we'll see. Obviously, I had the experience of working on projects, and one thing which is very important, I think so, which every student should do, we are doing contests, we are doing CP, but at the same time, I think so it's very important to learn how to write good code. The good coding etiquettes are very important, which people actually sometimes try to miss out, like the good variable names and etc. It counts a lot in the interviews. It counts a lot in the internship. Like there, it is a must. They don't expect you to know React, but they at least expect you to know good variable names when you write the code there.
Yeah.
So that is those basic things which I think so we least work upon, but they are like the most important out there. So when I reached my internship tenure, my I made sure that when I know the team one day before, I tried to read about the team, the application. So I was from Microsoft Loop. So I made sure to know what is the application about, how is it made, what is it based on, what's the framework, like the minimum thing you should know. So that I can discuss with my manager what do they expect out of me rather than just being totally clueless when I go to meet her. So that was some brownie points added. When I talked to my mentor, the best thing is you break down the whole big task into small tasks. So I think so when you show that approach, and my mentor and manager was really helpful in that. So they made sure that I should not see the whole big task as one task rather than divide it in 10 for like the whole 8 weeks. And that would be much better. And one tip that I would like to give the peeps here is don't try to be over efficient. Like I was like on my toes. I was working day and night, getting connected with the USA team. And at the working on Saturday and Sunday, and my manager mentor was like, you are not ought to work on Saturday and Sunday. It's okay. You work the 5 days, it's fine. But sometimes you take the pressure a lot. I'm not saying that's bad, but you should not sacrifice your health. I think so sometimes we do sacrifice our health in the pressure, which is not required. You can do well in your internship by enjoying it along too. So I did enjoy it, but I think so I could have enjoyed more. So
Yes. I
that
mean,
is one
if
of
you're,
the things.
I think internships, one of the best part is like hanging around with the co-interns during the Saturdays and Sundays. I think that's
Exactly.
a really good experience. If you're working on Saturday, like, I mean, if you're working on Saturday, Sunday, you just put undue pressure on them also that, okay, why is she working? Do we need to work also?
Okay,
Right.
luckily when I joined, there were minimum of interns that time at Microsoft because I was the earliest batch to join in.
I was
So
just
we,
curious about the dates because you
yeah,
told me that you joined like after 1 month of your semester starting, and then there was
yeah, I joined on 15th of April till 7th of June.
okay.
So I joined in then because
15th April
later
is
on I
quite
had,
early.
yeah, because I had my end sems after 10 June. So
Okay.
I was like, I'm totally packed up. So I can only do my internship then.
Got it.
So that was the case.
And they
But yes,
accommodated. This is something you
yeah, yeah,
communicated with the
yeah.
recruiter, and they accommodated it, right?
So the best part about Microsoft I like is they are very, very flexible with you being accommodating to their culture. So what they did is they actually gave the date starting from 15th April till I think so something like 15th of July. And each Monday any Monday you can choose in between and join in. So that was really good.
Nice.
So this way they accommodated most of the peeps on there without disturbing their college schedule or exams, anything like that. So that was very supportive from Microsoft, I believe.
Mm,
Next thing which I would say is talk. I think so. Most of the interns that I saw in the internship were too much filtering out their thought process. Okay, I cannot talk like this, I cannot talk like that. If you don't talk like that, if you don't talk, how will the mentor manager know what kind of personality you have? So I don't know if that was right or wrong, but I remember me and my manager were sharing the cab one day. And I asked her, what qualities do you see before giving a PPO? And she started laughing. He like, you're too frank. And I'm like, it's okay. We are in the cab, we are informal and we can talk about it. Then the ice broke and we were friends. We were friends till the very last day. We were talking. They were teasing me.
mm.
Also, adding to this point, a very small thing which people don't do is I know having fun with co-interns is very important. It's one of the best experience to have, but try to have your lunch with the team. I saw many of the co-interns of mine were having lunch like with themselves only, saying that, oh my God, we cannot sit with 10 years experience or 6 years experience professionals, but that's the best place where you can bond to. Like I bonded the most and I learned the most during the lunch hours and the walk that we take after lunch. That is the best part you can have. And there is a time where you learn about various things during that time because there's so experienced professionals sitting out there. There's someone who has done MBA after BTech. There's someone with 2 startups before the job. So there's a lot to learn. So nothing saying that don't enjoy with your co-interns. I do had my coffee breaks with my co-interns only, but try to keep the lunch hour for your team because there is a time where they can also know about your insecurities. Okay, where are you lacking? Why you are getting under pressure? And that's the time when you can frankly talk to them and actually be very clear of what are their expectations and what is your expectation even out of them.
I
Second
think
thing
I
I
think
would
I
say,
think I think
yeah,
there also they find that this person is actually fitting in the team culture, and then it's
exactly.
better to give them like a PPO offer and get them on team full time.
Correct, correct. Because however we must say that there's no biases, there is biases. It's okay. If an interviewer is giving you a job, obviously he's biased towards you because he thinks you are a good candidate. So there is a likability. So if your manager and mentor has a likability for your personality, for your nature, for your outlook towards life, obviously they want you to be in their team and just follow you. And so that's very important, which I think the most of us do skip upon, which is I don't think so is a good idea. Second most important thing is regularly take a feedback. Okay, so Microsoft has a very good culture where there are like 3 evaluation. One at the very beginning, which we call connect at Microsoft. The feedback is given, and the second is at in the midweek, and the last is at when it's your last day or you submit your project, then it's your last evaluation. So that is good, but apart from this regular connect, what I take an effort was there's something called as perspective, which is called in Microsoft. Obviously, there must be another names for that feedback thing in other companies. I made sure to take feedbacks from my teammates. I used to request them that after 2, 3 weeks that, okay, I've worked on with you or discussed with you regarding this thing. Whatever you feel about me, just give your perspective. Okay, someone saying on your face or someone just saying orally that you work very well. That's good. That's nice. But how will it reach to your manager? It will not, right? Until it's in written. So you cannot obviously force, but at least try to request the people whom you have been working closely to give a written feedback. So that's visible on the company portal. So your manager knows that yes, she's working and she's working well with the other teammates and not just with manager and mentor. So that is one thing very important. Last thing that I would say is cross team collaboration. I'm not saying that every intern has a project with which he can collaborate with cross teams, but I would say just take efforts. If not for the project, just try to know what they are working upon because you normally have an org in each of these companies where there are many teams under that org. So at least talk to your sister teams. Okay, what you are working upon. If I'm working on tables, are you working on scripter or on emojis? How is it going on? Try to learn. Luckily, my project had enough opportunities for me to collaborate with cross teams. So basically, my mentor was supposed to get in touch with the US and Europe team mentors and talk about the code and learn about it so that I can accordingly imply the changes here. But I took an effort because I know. Remember, guys, the mentor and manager also have work except just guiding you. So they are doing their best, but this is where you can make those brownie points by saying that I understand and I respect your work. It's okay. I can take that effort without you saying me to take it. So I initiated, obviously, the time zones were hell. You have to sacrifice your sleep a little, but it's okay. The mentor manager were really happy of me actually taking the effort on my own and connecting with the US and Europe peeps. And secondly, I got to learn a lot about how the Europe peeps and Europe professionals expect you to behave. For example, they always need a PPT. Even for a small call, they need a PPT. What do you want? What do you want from us? And the USA peeps are very chill. They can just connect with you, talk to you, and just this is how you learn. So take those extra efforts. Don't be afraid that for everything you need to ask permission. I feel you just need to be informative. Inform your mentor that I'm gonna connect with him or her. You don't need to worry. I'll take it. In case I have any doubts, I'll reach out to you. Inform your manager. This is how I'm working. This is where I'm stuck, and just be very frank in telling that yes, I'm stuck here and I might need more time because many times manager doesn't know that okay, this bug can be such big also that it takes 5 days. So do inform because even there's lots of learning in the bugs. So obviously there's a way of telling. That is what my manager told me, that don't tell me that you have bugs. Tell me what you learned from the bugs and how you solved it. And then tell me, okay, it took 5 days and 6 days. So I think so these all things count a lot. Last but not the least, make sure you prep your DSA well before your internship. Like it should be on the tips, your notes should be ready. And your when I say notes, it should be the short notes, not like you need to go through every code of the question. No, you don't. Because earlier, I don't know about Google and other companies, but my first hand on experience with Microsoft was that earlier they were given direct PPOs, but since this year, it was not happening. At least one interview, like I fortunately had the strongest ratings. Till one interview was compulsory. So, and in that interview, you can be asked PSA, you can be asked project, you can be asked system design, and you cannot complain that this cannot be asked. If it's asked, you need to answer that. So, at least I would say, if not system design, still low level design, they
LLD is asked, I think, in
are,
Microsoft a little
yeah,
bit.
LLDs are, and they are also a little lenient in that. If you say that, okay, I know this much, and they're like, it's okay. But DSA and intern project, so they want that it should be on your tips because that's the foundation of yours. So, however, people say DSA is not important, DSA doesn't come in everyday life of SD work. You cannot reach a team if you know DSA. You cannot just become an SD without knowing DSA. So, what helped me is like I had my notes ready of DSA short notes because before my internship, I was just revising and doing my DSA thoroughly. So I think so on Thursday, I ended up with my presentation. And I only had one day for the interview. Friday evening was my interview. And one day was, I think so, was enough for me. This was like, okay, fine. I have not studied DSA from last 3 months, but I know it because I have my notes ready, which I've revised already many times. So I just need maybe 2 hours to revise again and I will be good. And I was asked a graph hard level lead code hard question in my interview along with my intern project and earlier projects. And I was able to do it. So DSA is very important. Again, we can't miss out on that.
I think the number of pointers that you have given on how to get a PPO is essentially is actually more effort than what people are generally doing to even get promotions in companies, right? I think the amount of effort you have taken for a PPO is I have not seen people like there are people who are doing this kind of effort, but then most people aren't even aware how to get a promotions and like the same kind of things actually follow, right? I mean, think about it. For promotion also, you'll
Uh,
have the same pointers.
I would actually say because I recently talked to my manager. So after even my internship ended, my manager called me because we had that bond. And even I had some bonds with my teammates. So I'm still connected to them through WhatsApp. And the best part was there that they were so willing. They knew that I got the PPO, but they're also so willing for my career trajectory. That they're like, in case even if you're not in our team, you go to another team, you need any help, you need any guidance, you tell us? Okay, I was be ready for leg pulling.
Mm.
My leg was pulled a lot for working like this. They were like, she will actually corrupt our team and work life balance. She can't come to our team again. Just keep her away. But jokes aside, they were very, very involved in my career after that because they actually saw that, yes, she is a person who is great friends or great juniors with us, who is frank, who loves to talk to us, yet she's very concerned about her career trajectory. So I would say you should not just focus on PPO, focus on building career relations. You know that today who is a manager, maybe tomorrow she will be director of some company when you will be trying to transit into SD2 and SD3. And then if she has a good image about you, that yes, she's a good person, good professional, then obviously things help out. And why you're just focusing? So I always say to my commenters, why just focusing on PPT? Why just focusing that the manager should be just happy to give me PPO? Why shouldn't the manager be so happy that she like I want to be connected with her for for the longer times? I think so that some interns should actually keep in mind. It's okay. I always say it's okay. You can go to the clubs and everything once you're employed. It's okay. You can go then. But first, when initially you are building relationships anywhere, work relationships, anywhere in life, I believe you should put in some extra efforts and they do result well.
I think a lot of these is also attributed to, I think you have a good communication skill, and I think that kind of helps all over here,
Yeah.
kind of building that relation and stuff. Because most people who are in tech generally are like fairly introverted at the start, and then they don't really talk to at least the teammates. They try to keep it to minimal. I think like having this kind of attitude actually helps for a longer like uh, helping mentors in your career journey, like not just there, but then even after it.
I agree. And teams might take a little time. This is a disclaimer for everyone. Teams might take a little time to open up because it should be understandable that they are 5 years, 6 years professional experienced people. So they do take a little time that, okay, why doesn't intern wants to come and have lunch with us? And what will she talk about? So you need to first bargain or just request them that, okay, whenever you're going to lunch, please let me in. I want to know. You go with them for walks after the lunch, listen to them, talk a little. And I think so then slowly and gradually you make your space within the team.
I think we need to have a separate session on communication masterclass for internships, PPO conversion by Muskan, right? Okay. Okay. Finally, like I think one last thing I'll ask you about is like how to kind of connect with people for opportunities and all, because I think since you didn't had the opportunity to have like a really good placement cell, or like this was an off campus opportunity, and you have
Yeah.
also connected with many more people apart from Microsoft as well. uh, like you told about, you maintained a diary of opportunities like that are going to be there in the like in the future too, and then connected with like respective people, kind of had a network built then and there, or even like say 6 months ago before the opportunity comes up. So how should one approach getting the referrals, getting this process done? What are the few pointers that you would recommend people to do? Because
Okay.
many
So
students
first,
would be
yeah.
watching this would also be in that same space that, okay, I
Yeah.
have to go off campus. So we are talking about off campus. What are things to do?
Okay. So first thing first, I would say I did not get as many referrals mostly because I had the V on my resume program and the Google Girl Hackathon achievement. So I think so it helped my resume get shortlisted without much of the referrals. But yes, even if I wanted to take referrals, I had some good connections. So first rule it is that if you have an opportunity tomorrow and you today connect with a Google employee asking for a referral, then that looks quite unprofessional. He's like, I don't know you. And somewhere on the LinkedIn you come and you're like, please give me reference. He's like, I can't because even his or her reputation is at stake when he or she is given the referral. So I would say from the very beginning, try connecting with the people, try networking with the people, and not just for referrals. You can learn about their prep, you can learn about what experience did they have, what best you can do right now. And I have find some great mentors from LinkedIn which actually guided me really well during my internships and during my interviews. So connect from the very beginning. Don't wait for the opportunity to connect to the people. Yes, when the opportunity comes in, you can try to connect to the specific people, but else try whatever is your favorite or your dream company, if you call it like that. Try connecting with the people of various top companies because they everyone have something very special to share with you through their experience. Secondly, about the opportunities, be so as soon as you connect with this lot of set of people, obviously such people like some post, either they will congratulate their juniors or some other notification will pop in which will introduce you to a new opportunity, and that helps. That's why having a good network at LinkedIn really helps, because even if he or she is congratulating his junior about the opportunity, you know that okay, this is coming next year for me as well, and now you also know who actually cracked it so that you can connect with that junior. So that's really helpful. Next, keep reading some Medium blogs, I would say. Medium blogs, YouTube. We always binge watch Friends, we binge watch other web series. So I got to know many of the seniors and how did they found the opportunities. So YouTube and Medium blogs are also a blessing when it comes to knowing about the opportunities. And lastly, what I've seen is many of the people getting disheartened because saying that there's a huge debate of girls versus boys and girls having more opportunities. Then there's a debate that, okay, only CS people get opportunities, electronics not. And then there's a very old debate that only IITs and NITs get opportunity and the other colleges don't. I was standing everywhere on the versus side, nowhere on there. So I feel it's nothing about that. Even if you're boys, you have lots of opportunity in the third year. There's all software opportunities open for you. All you need to do is start connecting with the right set of people from your second year and post about your things on LinkedIn. Post about your lead code contest, post about your hackathon achievement, so that your connections know that, okay, he or she is continuously working for her target. And one day when you approach them for your referral, they know that, okay, he or she is a hardworking person. I can see the LinkedIn post. So we are very filtering out even when posting on LinkedIn. I'm not saying to post any random thing, but even if it's the smallest of achievement, do post about it politely that yes, I'm learning this. You don't need to post about it as an achievement. You can also post about it as a learning, that okay, I learned through it. I learned it. I am loving the fact that many of my juniors are now posting about the failures, that okay, I reached up to the second round but could not qualify for the third, and these are my learning. This is very good because at least our connections will know that she's constantly trying, or he's constantly trying to achieve something. So I think so this really helps. Secondly, be very vigilant about the career switch. Okay, so what you can do is from a second year, you can actually maintain a diary and find the calendars of each company. Normally, they follow that. That when Microsoft, when Google actually comes off campus and release, and during that time, it takes I think 5 minutes daily of your time to just go on to the career page and check if there's an opportunity for you or not. So that really helps. So I know these are quite a lot extra efforts and you need to take out time for them, but these helps a lot, I believe. And if you have these things on your plate, nothing if and but can stop you from getting where you want to.
Nice. I think these are really good pointers to follow. I think people think that they will just go and ask people for the referral and it will work, but then the ask comes later. First, you have to kind of make sure that they are more of a mentor and have guided you a little bit, and then they kind of easily give you the referral. Okay, since I have been mentoring you, here's the referral, right? I want you to get selected in most cases, right? So I think we'll keep most of the pointers till this point. Muskan, what's the plan here after?
Um, Tough question. Right now, obviously, Microsoft, I'm looking for a good winter intern if I get it. And then Microsoft, I will be focusing upon. And I am right now diving more into system design, HLD and stuff, so that I can learn it. And I have no, this might sound very awful to some people, but it's okay. I have no plans of leaving DSA. I love DSA. It's okay. I will keep doing projects, but I love DSA. I love giving contests because I also feel that people think that DSA doesn't have real life application, but my Google hackathon project, which actually made me reach the top 2.5% people there among the finalists. was actually an idea out of my Google interview DSA question. Of you have to actually find the shortest path, avoiding the corrupted nodes. So that gave me an idea to actually make changes to Google API and create a map which can give you the safest yet the shortest route, avoiding the areas where there's water flooded. So it was about disaster prediction and disaster management. So yes, I can give you lots of ideas, and it's a very great exercise for your brain. Also, it's a harsh truth that we are part of corporate culture, and there is not that much of a job guarantee there in the market. So the best thing you can invest is on your skills, and that's all you can do. You cannot worry, okay, will my job be there for 10 years or not? You don't need to worry. You just need to keep working on your skills. And this is a disclaimer for every junior out there. I've seen my manager who was 10 years experience in the industry. I've seen my mentor who was 7 years there in the industry doing DSA. Their lead code tab was open on the day of our contest. It was open. And I was like, oh my God, you're still doing it. And they're like, yes, we are just being prepared. We know it might not be asked, but what if it's asked in the interview? We need to be prepared. So I think that is what makes the difference. Some people don't wait for the opportunity or some mishap to happen and they'll start to prepare. Some people just keep on preparing. So that's what I want to actually even do. Keep on preparing for the next months. And if any good opportunity comes in, I would love to enjoy that, experience that. Else, I'm learning.
So I think you have a lot of great journey ahead. So enjoy that process too. I think we'll keep the interview up to this. Thanks everyone for watching this. Make sure that you like and subscribe. All these things will anyways be added automatically.